Hi everyone, it's Valerie from Stampin' with Valerie. I hope you are having a fantastic Sunday after, oh my goodness, after Thanksgiving. That's what I'm trying to say. And I just realized my husband changed all the passwords for everything, so I may not be able to even see my video on my iPad, so I don't even know why I have it on. That's okay, we're gonna use the computer, and hopefully I can see everyone's comments on there. Let me go to my group, make sure it's pulling up. Today we are going to be using the Tag Buffet Project Kit. Now the awesome thing about this kit is you can use it for tags, or if you feel like it, you can turn them into cards. Now here's the crazy thing about this is I've used most of my kit already for tags, but we are going to take those tags and we are going to turn them into cards. So you'll be able to see the tags, and then I'm going to show you a couple of fun ways to turn them into cards. So they'll be super, super fun for you to do. A couple of little techniques. I feel like I haven't been live in so long, and it really hasn't been that long. I'm slurring my words here. Okay, so in the kit, you get enough supplies to make 30 tags. So if you are one of those people who has waited until the last minute, this is a perfect thing to order for your Christmas tags, or again, to make your Christmas cards with. So if you're on, let me know you're here. Hi Sharon, hi Lois, how are you? And we will get started. So you get it in a plain brown box, but then inside you have this gorgeous little box that you can use for gifts, which I think is fantastic. I'm going to show you all of the tags that I made, well, one of each. So we've got one that says "With love for you," and it has the Christmas tree. Then we have "Merry Christmas," that is with the Christmas ornament. Put them back in this box while I'm doing it. We have the cardinal with "'Tis the Season." We have another one that says "With love for you," and now I use the stamp set. You have to buy the stamp set separate, and that is the Tag Buffet stamp set. But it's obviously meant to go perfectly with these tags, so I definitely recommend it. "'Tis the Season" with the stocking, and our last one has the little gifts, and it says "Merry Christmas." So those are the fun little tags that you get to make, and you get to make 5 of each, which is fantastic. And again, Tag Buffet stamp set, perfect for this. All right, I'm going to set these aside, and I've already got some set out with some card bases that I already pre-coordinated. And see, I had my extra piece, and I was thinking about putting my other tags together, but basically all you're doing for your tags is layering everything with some dimensionals after you stamp your sentiments. So they are not super hard to put together. I have not tied any of the gold cording around them yet. We can do that as we're working. But let's just make some fun little backgrounds for our cards. Now, if you wanted to, like this pool party base, you could just leave this pool party base, fold your card base, add your tag, put your cord on there first, and that really could be your entire card. You don't even have to do anything extra, but I think it's so fun if you do, because we're going to do a couple of different techniques. So the first one we're going to do is a watercolor wash, and there goes my watch. I need to make sure I turn that off so it'll stop beeping at us. So we're going to do a watercolor wash, and we're going to use 3 different colors. We're going to use Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay, because I thought that would look really pretty with this card, just because. All right, so let's grab Pool Party first. Then I'm just going to open all 3 of them up, and I'm just going to grab 3 small blocks, because we don't need a huge block for this, because we're going to use a little bit of each color. So I'm just going to grab 3 of our smallest blocks, these super little tiny A blocks, and I'm just going to dip with Coastal Cabana, or I'm sorry, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and then Bermuda Bay. So we've got all 3 of our colors. Now, because we're just going to be using one of the water painters, I think that's what they're we used to call them aqua painters. I'm not sure if that's what I always forget what they call them now. But we're just going to use this really wide one. So we're just gonna get some water through it. Make sure our brush is wet, get a little bit of that red off from the last time I used it. Apparently I didn't get all of it off. But your brush will stain a little bit, and that's okay. Once you have all the color out of it, which like I said, obviously I didn't, you can see that pink right there. You can take a piece of cardstock. Now this is 4 by 5 1/4, so it's gonna fit around our card base. I'm just gonna drop a little bit of water on each of these colors because we want them to be a little bit lighter. And we're just gonna start with the lightest color first, and I probably put too much water on that, but maybe not. Let's see. Oh no, it's got a little bit of Pool Party on there, not much, not as much as I would like. There we go, there's a little bit more. Hopefully I didn't wet it down too much. We'll find out. Then grab your Coastal Cabana, do a little bit above that. Or I'm sorry, yeah, Coastal Cabana, and then our last one is Bermuda Bay. We'll do watercolor up there. And then we're just gonna let that dry. And you can barely see the Pool Party, so let's do some more, add some more Pool Party. Now this obviously wouldn't be quite as, let me just add a little bit of water just to the brush itself. Wet down, if I would have used shimmery white, it wouldn't get that kind of look to it. So let's see how this turns out. If it doesn't turn out right, then we're going to grab a piece of shimmery white. Let's let that dry for just a second. I'll grab some shimmery white. I know I have some. And then we can play around with that. It might turn out much better. Sometimes when I'm doing these things on the fly like this, I've gotten all my supplies ready, but I haven't actually done this in a while as far as watercoloring 3 different colors onto something. So let's grab a piece of shimmery white because I think it will turn out much better and dry a little bit nicer. If you've done this technique, let me know which paper do you like best. And I know watercolor paper is obviously the best for this, but I didn't grab any watercolor paper and I need to buy some more. So we're going with what I have. All right, so let's go ahead, and we still have some of the other colors here. Let's do Coastal Cabana one more time and not wet it down quite as much. Now Bermuda Bay turned out really nice, and maybe that's because it's a darker color and I didn't need, when you water it down, it still turns out nice. All right, let's try just a little bit of Pool Party without watering it down anymore. Well, that's much better. You can see it on there a little bit. It's super light, super, super light. So let's wet it down again, because we can do that more than once with this shimmery white paper. Oh, much better. Much better. You can see the difference between that. So definitely try with shimmery white first. Just add a tiny bit of water, not too much. We'll do our Coastal. And then we'll do our Bermuda Bay again, which is the darkest of the 3. Oh, that'll be perfect. Now let's set this one aside because we don't need that one now. We're just gonna let this one dry. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm just gonna set a heavy block on it to hold it down a little bit. And maybe I should grab a bigger block. Let's use one of the huge blocks, and that will work much better. Perfect. All right, so while that's drying, that's gonna be for this card. Let's grab another card because I want to show you, super simple. Just gonna set these blocks off to the side, get them out of the way, so I don't end up with that ink all over everything, because you know me, I'm gonna end up sticking my fingers in it or something. And not purposely, but it just happens. Now, another simple thing to do, and as soon as I find, there it is. All right, so I took a piece of Whisper White and I ran it through the Dainty Diamonds folder. If you have not used the Dainty Diamonds folder yet, it is a fantastic folder to use. It has such a great little texture to it, and it can be used for many, many things. but I thought it was perfect with real red background and our cardinal. I thought it looked really good with this one. Now this is an easy way to turn this into a card with just adding just a little bit. Doesn't take a lot of work, you're just using your embossing folder. And so I'm going to adhere this down flat. Now if you want to choose dimensionals, you go ahead and use dimensionals, make it pop up even more. But that tag has a lot of dimension to it already. So if you're mailing your cards and you don't want to have to add extra postage, I wouldn't add any extra more dimensionals to this. Let's find the end of our cord. And because I haven't used it, I don't know where the end is. And it's like super tight on here, and I feel like that's the end, but it's not coming out. All right, anyone know how to get the cord off? All right, we're just gonna pull some from the end and see what we get. We may find the end of it eventually. I'm just gonna end up twisting it up. All right, let's just take a piece off from this because this is how we're doing it today, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want too long of a piece because it's just going to be on your card. But I'm gonna tie a bow with this one instead of just having it like a hanger, because we're not hanging this tag onto a gift. Obviously we're putting it on our card, so let's just make a little gold bow. And now on the inside of all of these cards, which I'm not gonna probably do while we're on the video, is I would add a piece of Whisper White, obviously, because it would be hard to see whatever you write on the inside or stamp on the inside with that real red. So definitely, my bow's like going all different directions here. There we go, much better. Got it turned the right way now. I'm gonna trim this end off just a little bit because it's a little longer. And then I am going to adhere this flat as well because it really doesn't need to be popped up anymore. And because I want this white tag to be the straight tag that's on here. And I want to make sure the cardinal stays on the card because his tail is hanging off quite a bit, and that's fine. You just need to get it just right on there to make sure it fits once you put it on there. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and add some embellishments. Love these gilded gems. Love the tiny ones, so we'll add a couple of those on here because we have all this fun gold foil on here. So the gilded gems are actually perfect for this little project. And with that Dainty Diamonds folder, it looks great. So there's one of our cards. Super simple, super fast. And I will tell you, if you do all of your tags at once, this process does not take that long. So I'm gonna set this card off to the side so we don't forget which one that one goes to. I need to make sure, or just let that dry a little bit longer. And let's go to our next card. Let's do this Christmas tree card with the Christmas tree tag. And I chose mint macaron for the card base. So what I wanted to do with this one, another simple technique, let's just grab one of our stamps from the Tag Buffet kit, and I'm gonna grab the ornament. I think the ornament would be cute for a background for this. So I'm just gonna grab that ornament tag. I'm going to use, let's actually just grab mint macaron, and we'll use that. It's still on my shelf over here behind all of my other goodies. So we're just gonna use tone on tone. So mint macaron, right on mint macaron. It looks great when you do this for a background. Have you done this? If you have, give me some smiley faces, show me some love. Did everyone have a fantastic Thanksgiving? I had a great Thanksgiving until, and I'm gonna say this, until it was time to put all of the leftovers away. And we always, especially when my husband's home, and he was home this year, he's not always home because of his job. I'm not going to do the center because our tag is gonna cover that. But look at how cute that is with that background, with that ornament. Isn't that fantastic? Simple, and it makes it gorgeous. So anyway, so he's home this year, and when he's home, we try to do this is such a mess, a huge turkey, because we like to have the leftovers. And haha, look, there's an end maybe, or maybe that's where I cut it. I don't know. I am just going to pull all of this off, and I am going to have to put it back on there because I don't want to keep just cutting and then not have a proper way to get that off in there when I want to use some more of it. Okay, so anyway, we always do a huge turkey because we want the leftovers for turkey sandwiches and maybe to make some homemade turkey pot pie or something fun like that. So we're cleaning up the kitchen. My husband's cutting all of the meat off from the turkey and putting it into a Tupperware container or plastic container, whatever you want to call it. And I'm putting stuff in the dishwasher, moving things around. And of course, I grabbed the container of turkey meat because I was going to move it out of the way so we could get the turkey carcass and clean it up and, you know, put it in the garbage and all of that. And I turn around and I go to set it on another part of the counter. Well, I thought I had it all the way on the counter, and I didn't quite have it on the counter. And all of our turkey leftovers went right onto the floor. And I had a couple people tell me 5-second rule. It's like, no, my floors are not clean enough to do 5-second rule with turkey meat. So I literally dropped all of our turkey leftovers onto the floor, and we didn't get to have any leftover turkey sandwiches or anything. I was so bummed about it, but I was like, well, not much I can do about it now. But yeah. So that's my fun Thanksgiving story for this year. One that I will not forget. Definitely will not forget. All right, so let's decorate this one maybe with, if I can find them. I don't want the snowflakes. I am looking for my holiday rhinestones. I know I have some of them left. All right, I have a few of them left. And so let's use some of these gold color, because these actually look really pretty with this as well. Now, if you have gotten the holiday rhinestones, look at those, how pretty those are. Look at all the colors that come in there. I just don't want to open up a new pack until I've used this one, just because I don't. I just want to make sure I use all of this package first, because I really do. I'm just going to add these all to the tree. I like them on that tree. I think they look cute. And maybe we'll add one more if I can get it to scoop up. But these are perfect. So, oh my goodness. All right, we'll add one more right there. Awesome. How cute is that? So that's our second card, completely finished, and most of the work was done when you made the tag, which isn't, they aren't hard, trust me. They're super easy to put together. All right, let's grab this first card that we started with, because it looks like our paper is dry. A little bit of paper towel stuck to it, but look, how pretty is that? I'm gonna add that to the card, and I'm gonna do it flat. And I did the same measurement as I had for the Whisper White in the beginning, 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is kind of my standard when I do a background. Sometimes I like to go a little bit smaller with 3 3/4 by 5, but most of the time I do. Look how pretty that is with that super simple background. And of course, we had to play around a little bit. Definitely use the shimmery white or watercolor. It will be much better. I am out of adhesive. Let's open a new one. So go ahead, give me, what was your favorite part of your Thanksgiving? And I will not say dropping the turkey was my favorite part, but it was my most memorable part of the day. Of course, my husband and I get up super early and we always make homemade stuffing for the turkey, and we did that. And then for, you know, the turkey to all go basically to the floor was kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna do? All right, I didn't grab a piece of gold to tie my bow, which is what I'm gonna do with each of these. I think is just tie a bow because I think it is the easiest. I'm gonna thread that through and then we'll stick this down. So at least I've already got it threaded. And again, I want that white tag to be the one that is even with the bottom, parallel, and that way my sentiment is straight as well. And your other tag that's on the back kind of goes, you know, to the side. Perfect. I thought an alarm or something was going off and there's a bird outside. I was like, who's got a car alarm going off? It's just the birds outside making noises. Love that. I'm not even going to put any embellishments on this one because I love this just the way it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Perfect. All right, so we have 3 done. We're halfway there. Yay. All right, so for the next one, all I'm going to do, super simple. We're going to use this. This is the little presents. I am just going to take a piece of the same color. I'm going to raise it up a little bit, but we're going to stamp a background on that, kind of like what we just did. Actually, you know what? Let's not stamp on this one. Let's do some embossing paste. Because we have these awesome gold polka dots here, let's do some white polka dots with the white embossing paste. Let me grab the polka dot folder, or not folder, but mask. And these are from the Basic Pattern masks. And so all you have to do is grab one of your palette knives or whatever you use for your embossing paste. And I'm not going to cover the entire card. I'm going to kind of do outlines a little bit, and I do think I am going to use some dimensionals on the back of this one. I don't need quite that much paste because we're going to kind of do the outside edges, and they're not all going to be completely filled in. You might have some half circles, you might have you know, little quarter circles or whatever, but that way you've got something a little bit different on that extra piece. And now what I will give you some good advice is make sure you have some wipes handy when you do embossing paste, because then you can wipe it off your palette knife. And I forgot to put my foil back on there. I like to have this foil on here because I think it keeps it fresher even though it's not completely attached. I think it's just one more layer to keep a little bit of that air out. And then I always like to at least wipe this off a little bit before I wash it. And you are going to have some residual embossing paste that's going to stay, but it's not a huge deal. It just kind of, like, you can see where it's sparkly on here. That's from the old embossing paste, the sparkle. Look at that, how cute is that? Now around the edges, just kind of go around with your palette knife. If you have any little edges sticking off, you can take that extra embossing paste off from there. And now we're gonna have to let that dry. And then I like to always add that piece of paper down because you can use that and throw it away and then it's not left on your paper here, okay? All right, now I saw Lois was working on some cards earlier. She has been posting cards all day long. I have been super excited to look at her cards because they look fantastic. So I just wanted to tell you, Lois, I love the cards you've been posting today. I think they're great. All right, we're gonna do another Real Red card base. And this one has all of the greenery and it says "With love for you." We're gonna do another bow. And for this one, we are just going to add a piece of gold foil for our background. Again, just another little get everything perfect. All right, hopefully my video is still going. Forgot to put the do not disturb on my phone, and my son was just calling. He just left to go home today, so he's probably telling me that he's home, and I didn't tell him I was doing a video, so. He always seems to call when I'm doing a video because I forget to tell him I'm doing a video. All right, so grab a piece of gold foil, and this one I'm gonna do 3 3/4 by 5. Like I said, this is a little bit smaller, but it looks great. And this is the last of my gold foil, so I'm trying to preserve it until I order some more. Like, this is literally all I have left. It's terrible, right? I know I should have like packages of it, and I don't. Because I use it so much, I just really should keep it in stock, and I don't. All right, so just some simple gold foil, and I am going to, we're gonna turn it on an angle just a little bit. Since we already have everything else on an angle, when we put these tags on here, that gives it a little something extra. And our red tag will be going kind of the opposite. And our white tag will be even straight with the bottom. How beautiful is that? Love it. All right, what should we embellish this one with? Let's see what we have in our, do I have any? Yeah, I do have some red ones. So let's use some of these red ones because we can embellish some of those berries. And then we'll just put a couple extra on there, and then, oh, my red ones are gone. Perfect. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Now, my strings are a little bit longer on this. I might leave them, I might trim them later, but for now, I'm just gonna leave them. All right, next one, we're gonna do a really fun. This is our last one until we put this one together. So for this one, we're gonna use another piece of Whisper White. And we've got our stocking with 'Tis the Season. I'm just gonna set this over here, and I'm gonna use a new product that's not available to customers until January. These are our blending brushes. Oh my gosh, these blending brushes are fantastic, okay? If you have not seen them or used them, I'm just gonna use one. And now, I can already tell you I'm gonna be buying a couple more packages of these, because what I wanna do is I'm gonna use like this one for my pinks and reds. And I can use it and wash it out. I will show you this one here, if you can see, that has that blue tint to it. I've used that already for Shaded Spruce. And I let it set overnight before I washed it out, and most of that came out. So a lot of the ink will wash out. You just have to let it dry before you use it again. So we are gonna do another Tri-Tone. We're gonna use Fleur de Flamingo, Poppy Parade, and Real Red. So what I'll do is I'll start with the lightest color. I will start with Fleur de Flamingo and just get some ink on there. You don't need a ton. Start off your paper a little bit and then go right onto your Whisper White. Now, these are amazing. You do not want to miss out on these when you're able to get them. Now, if you join my team, and again, you do not have to sell if you join my team. You can just purchase for yourself, which is fantastic. You get that $99 kit for $125, and you can add some of these new things into that. Now, this is Poppy Parade. Since Fleur de Flamingo is lighter, we can now go to Poppy Parade and do a little bit darker and just kind of blend those in. It literally just glides across the paper. I'm telling you, these things are amazing. I literally want to buy them and wash my face with them. I don't even know if they are safe to do that with, but I really want to just wash my face with these. I feel like it would get down in my pores. All right, so now we'll go to Real Red, which is a little bit darker than Poppy Parade. Start off the paper because you want to get, like when you start that part that actually, you know, kind of looks really, really dark and kind of the same as when you're sponging. You want it to be a little bit different. Look at those 3 colors. And then I'm going to take some real red and I'm just going to go around the edges, I think, a little bit. Let's see how that works. Not as easy as sponging, but that's okay. Maybe I should have chose these 2 a little bit different in color. But I don't want to go back to the Poppy Parade because I don't want to put real red onto the Poppy Parade. Now, when I'm done, I'm going to take this and just run it under water and rinse it and clean it out. And it'll be perfect. So that is a new product that I need to play with a little bit more. But what I love about it is how it glides across the paper like that. It just, for me, and I'm not the best at sponging, but I love to do it. I love to do it and play with it and try, even though I'm not perfect at it. It just gives it a little bit of something. So those will be available in the new catalog January 3rd. I will be ordering catalogs this week. So if you're not on my list, let me know if you want one so I can get one to you. If you are already a demonstrator, your catalog may have already came. Mine came in the mail a couple of days ago. I was so excited because I think that's the fastest my catalog has ever come. And I was thinking with it being Christmas, it's going to take even longer before the catalog, the complimentary catalog from Stampin' Up! Gets here. But it came pretty quick. So when I put my order in this week, I will probably have catalogs within the next week and a half, which will be fantastic because then I can get them mailed to everyone and you all can get a peek at what is coming in January. We're gonna have Celebration again. Now they've changed Celebration a little bit this year, and what they've changed is the fact that the we're gonna have 2 months of Celebration, and then in July and August we'll have Celebration again. I'm gonna use these gorgeous green rhinestones. These are probably actually shaded spruce. There's only 2 of them, but then let's use one of these little, actually, you know what? Let's use a couple of these gorgeous gold ones on here. So we're kind of mixing it up with this stocking card. Oh, let's just put that right on that tag. Perfect. There's our 5th one, and then all we have to do is finish this one and we're done. We've made 6 cards using the tags from the Tag Buffet kit and using the Tag Buffet stamp set, obviously, because I've already used that for all my sentiments on my tags, which really, I did that a couple of weeks ago during my friend's crafting retreat. I just got the box out and it was like, I felt like I got so much accomplished that day at the retreat. I'm gonna add those polka dots on there. We're gonna get a bow on that card. Grab a piece of that twine. I promise you I'm gonna get all that gold cording back onto that little spool. It might take me a while, but I will do it. I know I've messed it up already by pulling it off like that, but I really could not find the end of it. Have you ever done that? Like, you're getting into your crafting supplies and you just cannot get it to find the end of it. That's literally what that was for me. It was like, am I blind? Do I not know what's going on? All right. Get our bow. And our bow is kind of going sideways this time. We're just going to pretend it's not sideways. Flip it back. There we go. Flip it back this way a little bit and then it looks better. Perfect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I was going to put dimensionals behind this, but I think it's going to be all right if I just go around the edges again like this. And again, we didn't do the center because we knew we were going to be covering it with this tag. Now that's a lot of polka dots on that card, but I still love it anyway. All right, so let me show you all 6 of the cards we did with those tags. We'll mix them up so you don't have to look at all the same colors right next to each other. How horrible would that be, right? Not really. All right. I've got a piece of a glue dot or something on the back of that one. How gorgeous are those cards? They are so perfect. Super easy to do. Just put a piece of Whisper White on the inside so you can write your sentiment. And you can use any of these techniques. You can use them all or none. The easiest, obviously, is stamping this background, cutting a piece of gold, or embossing. The other ones take a little bit more work with that sponging, which I use the blending brushes, which are not available till January, but you can do regular sponging. I just wanted to show you how fantastic those are. Watercolor wash for this one, and our embossing paste on this card. So I hope you enjoyed today's Sunday stamping. I will get photos of all of these cards, and I will be doing a blog post, and so you can go back and look at that and rewatch the video if you want later. I wanted to let you know if you are local, I have a gift card holder class coming up on December 5th. We are going to make 4 gift card holders, and they are going to be the kind of gift card holders that your recipient is not going to throw away after they get their gift card out of it, because you're still going to be able to put a little something else in there, a little bit of candy, something, but the gift card holders themselves are going to be so cute, they're going to want to keep them. Trust me. So if you want to sign up for that class, I need to know by December 3rd so I can make sure I have everything cut for you and we can craft together on December 5th. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Thank you for joining me for Sunday stamping. If you need the Tag Buffet kit and the Tag Buffet stamp set, go to valeriesmith.stampinup.net and you can purchase it there. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.